What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. Um Basically, touching base here because I've posted videos going into my past pro shows, and the last one was like 9 days out. We are now 5, 6 days. I lose track of time. 5 or 6 days post second pro show, second pro show, which is the Atlantic Coast Pro Show. And I wanted to touch base and let you know where my mind, body, everything, soul are. So, first things first, in terms of physique, where was I? I was around 201 on stage, whereas my last showing in San Jose, I was maybe 197. So we came in fuller. We wanted to come in fuller and drier, and we did both of those things. If you guys follow my Instagram page, Coach Pat _ FBB Pro, you'll see that we did both those things. We were a lot drier. My body was a lot more recovered because we could actually creep calories up a little bit because my body was not as stressed, being already ready from the previous show. So gear was down. Cardio was down, food was up, and we were doing 2 high days for 1 low days for a lot of time. And then at the end, we did a little bit more low days where I would still have like a lot of carbs, to be honest, a lot of carbs, maybe 80 grams of rice per meal. And then we brought me in with the fuller look, which was exactly what we wanted. And we were really happy with what we brought to the stage, me and my coach, Chris Tuttle. So that being said, I didn't place where I wanted to place. Obviously, everybody wants to win. I was hoping to get that opportunity to be compared in the first call-outs with those guys, and I really thought I was in the run. To be honest, I was backstage pumping up. Everything felt so good. Everything felt so good. I felt like I was in my element. I knew I was at my best. I could see the veins popping everywhere. I was fuller, and I was still super conditioned. Here's the problem with me. Here's what I need to work on, honestly. Size and conditioning are not the issue, not at all. Could we get a little drier? Possibly from the back, possibly just in that lower back area. Just want to see every single detail. Although when I hit my Christmas tree, we can see it. It's not as, like, it could be a little crisper. Is it a pro level condition? Yes. Could it be like better? You could always get better. We always want more, and I think that also comes down to not me necessarily digging deeper. It comes down to me having more muscle maturity, in my opinion, and that comes with doing more and more and more preps. That being said, my mind was also very, very tired at that point. I've been prepping since like May of this year, April, May, just about. So that was like 24 weeks or so. So that's pretty much half the year. That takes a toll on a lot of things, relationships, work. It doesn't take a toll on work per se, to be honest, just like energy throughout the day. And then having like 2 peak weeks come up makes like those last weeks are very hard. And then you get 2 of those. So it gets very hard. And to be honest, we weren't at the best spot when we started this prep. I was not responding very well. My body was very tired already. So this is not the best prep per se for my body, but it was my best prep because it was my best package and we made something out of nothing, if we could say that. We're very, very happy with what we brought to the stage, fullness conditioning. What I was going to say is, sorry, I baffle. What I was going to say is what I need to do is focus on the way I hit my abs. It's super, super tiny details. When I pose my abs in front of the mirror, I can always hit them in a way that they pop perfectly, like perfect 6-pack, equal, very symmetrical. And when I get on stage, I can hit it that way, but I sometimes lose those abs. It's because I can contract them in so many different ways. I have so much control over my abdominal muscles that I lose focus on like the feeling. I'm not sure if I'm hitting them the right way, so I keep trying to play with them, and then that makes them like seem washed out sometimes. Sometimes they're very deep. There's so many ways I can hit my abs. Honestly, it's kind of weird and it kind of sucks because it's weird. It's really weird. I can show you guys at some point, but yeah. And also, the fuller I am, the easier it is for me to hit my abs, because I feel like they're just stuck to the skin almost. So it's very easy for me to hit them and feel them more when my stomach is a little bit fuller, to be honest. That's another thing that I'm now mindful of. And yeah. So, what's next? We're taking an off season, so we've bumped calories up, maybe another 500 calories. My hormones are already, like, everything's already really good. Sleep's a lot better. Have a sore throat right now, but there's like a bug going around, so I don't know. But anyways, going into the off season, we want to add some thickness in my back. What I've realized is, although my back is competitive, I want to have more of that thickness and width in my back, especially to be at the top, because the goal is not to just win a pro show. It is the goal. The goal is to be qualified for the Olympia and be a contender for the Olympia, all right? So you've always got to see, like, be one step ahead. I've always been one to just chase one goal at a time, and honestly, when I turned pro, it was very, very quick. At my first national show in Toronto, I turned pro, and it was super, super quick, and honestly, there was so much emotion in there, because, I didn't have, like, expectations per se on my placing, and when I did win everything, and I won the overall, and then the next day I came 8th at my first pro show out of, like, 20 guys, nothing compares. It was an overwhelming feeling. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. And I did not set any expectations on this season, because it was my first season as an IFBB pro, and I was working with a new coach as well. But I am very happy with what we brought, but I know that we can be a lot better, because we're still so new to this. So, that being said, what's next? We're taking an off season. We're probably going to be competing. We don't have a set date, because IFBB pros, there are so many pro shows that we can do. That's the good thing. The bad thing is I'm in Canada, and I know they like my look in Canada. And the only 2 pro shows that there are in Canada are the Toronto Pro and the Vancouver Pro. There is the Niagara Pro, but that one doesn't have men's physique, and it was canceled this year. And they're early in the season. They're around like June, July, August. So what we're going to do, we're probably going to be doing a show around the same time next year, most likely. That'll give us time to add some size in my back and get more muscle maturity as well. Yeah, so most likely going to be doing a show in the States, or a couple shows, going to rack up a couple shows. The goal is to have one, and then we're going to see afterwards, but I'm going to make sure that it's a show that ends up at a right time, where I don't have any athletes that are competing as well, because I want to have the focus on my athletes 100% when they are competing, which most of them are all competing around the summer. So yeah, probably around October, November of next year. That's usually a really good time for me to prep. And if we don't feel like we have the size that we need to, we'll wait till 2024, and then we'll probably do like a Canadian show, like Toronto or Vancouver. That would be optimal for me, to be honest, because it's in Canada, easier for me to travel, maybe a little cheaper for me to travel as well, because travel expenses for bodybuilding are expensive. Although I have sponsors such as Believe that help me out tremendously, I cannot be more thankful for them. But that's the plan. That's the goal for next year. So that being said, with my placing, it was a hit. And what I will say is, it's hard with bodybuilding, because I invested so much in this. I give everything to this. This is my lifestyle. This is my 24/7, right? So as much as I try not to set any expectations on placings, and I enjoy the journey of this, you always want to be, like, considered at the top. And I was not, but I feel like I could have been. So it was a hard toll on my mind, to be honest, at first. But afterwards I realized, I was like, you know what? No one that wins, to deserve to be a winner, you have to lose. You have to be a good loser. And every winner will not appreciate their wins if they don't get a slap in the face once in a while and lose. Like really big slaps in the face. And that's what I got, and that's exactly what I need to come back way better, way stronger, and way better, way more transformed. So we've already put on like 12 pounds of muscle this past year, and it was not an optimal year whatsoever. So if we can put on another 10 to 12 in the next year, that would be awesome. And that's what we're aiming for, because we're still so new to this. And I know we can do it. My coach is really good with that as well. And we're really, really focused for this season. And we do treat bodybuilding like a job. Although it's my passion, I make sure that I treat it like a job 24/7, right? Sleep, everything that goes around training and nutrition. It's all 24/7. And everything that happens on stage happens way before the stage in the off season. So that's what we're focusing on right now. So all in all, I'm just excited for the next year, but we're setting small short-term goals until then. And that is just to be focusing on keeping it tight, obviously, in the off season, but making this next prep a lot easier by bringing calories up, keeping cardio in a little bit for sure for my health, and getting that back thicker. So I'll be hitting back twice a week for sure. I'm probably going to be posting some videos, so you guys stay tuned. I will be sharing some tips on how I can grow my back, because I've already grown it so much and we still have a lot of work to do. We want to be probably on stage around like 210, 215 next year. And yeah, I'd probably be even close to my classic weight cap. So we might even, if the shape looks good, we might hit classic. Who knows? We shall see. All right, you heard it here first. So that being said, that's a little bit of my recap on this past 2023 season, 2022, sorry, and what's coming for 2023. All right, guys. So feel free to follow my journey, Coach Pat _ FBB Pro on Instagram, and I will be posting a lot more YouTubes as well for knowledge, for my coaching, for everything. If you have any questions, any inquiries, feel free to message me. I'm always available on Instagram. So take care, you guys. Stay fit and have a great rest of your year. All right. See you guys.